Best friends, yesterday I was asking about Thematic Tuesday and realized I won't be able to play. We'll probably wait another week for that Schieberspieler. But you do bring up an interesting question that we have to decide what sort of tournament we're holding for Tuesday. Welcome everybody to my live stream. International Master William Paschall, aka Slaggy, here on lichess and Twitch. Cheesy Noob with the challenge. Schieberspieler. What are you talking about, last debate? Schieberspieler wasn't even playing chess yet, probably. He was just being born when I was playing that tournament. Alright. Telling stories about 1999. I think we're going to finish at 115. $115. So if you'd like to host a stream after me, I'll lend you my support. I am happy to raid your channel. Just remind me right before we start, or you start. Alright. I'm taking challenges here today. Schieberspieler reminded me tomorrow is Tuesday, Tournament Tuesday. So we've got to set up a tournament. Seems like it should be Blitz week. We had the thematic tournament just 2 weeks ago, so I think we'll wait another week on that. Epic Simul yesterday, I felt ill in the middle of the Simul for no apparent reason. Not really sure what happened. I just got a really bad headache and I started to feel dizzy. Then after the time trouble subsided, I felt better again. It was weird. I don't know. I drank this weird non-alcoholic cherry cider. Maybe it had some kind of artificial sweetener in it. Something gave me this really sudden headache and I felt just ill. And then it sort of passed away after an hour and a half. I rarely get headaches. So it was kind of unusual. Anyway, we survived the Simul. Simul survival. But thanks to all of you for bearing with me yesterday. I was fine when it started, then I really went downhill, and then I was better again by the end. Epic Simul, I don't know about that. Astrobate, but it's very kind of you. I lost 3 games. One, I resigned because the guy was rude. The second one, I lost legit. And the third one, I resigned against... Interestingly, I resigned against someone unsound because I dropped my queen on a one-move blunder that I didn't see. But the funny part is, I just resigned without thinking about it. But I lost the queen for rook and piece. And actually, when I resigned against someone unsound, I don't think it's a lost position. I get a rook and piece and maybe another pawn. So just in anger, I resigned against someone unsound. But looking at the position, I don't think I'm necessarily lost. It was... I just wasn't feeling well. And I was pissed that I hung my queen. But it was kind of funny, just a good lesson. That game is a good lesson, and you just never resign unless you're certain that you're lost. I was just angry that I really overlooked a simple one-move threat, attacking my queen, and didn't even bother to calculate what was really happening in the position where generally you want to calculate what's happening when you resigned, when you resign, and I didn't. I was just reacting. So. One really crushing game from one of my opponents. We didn't feel good, though. We're all better. All better. Sub Sunday. Well, I don't normally call it Sub Sunday, but if you like to, that's cool. Cheesy Noob. I've got a challenge from him. Learning chess. This guy's Karthik is on the wrong time control. We're doing 5+3 here. So I grabbed a rook. Automatic capture against someone unsound, and then he discovers on my queen. I get a piece, and then he takes a queen. So I have a rook and a piece for the queen. It's kind of a freaky position where I can save all my pieces and probably almost equalize. Boromir, one does not simply calculate before they resign. That's a good one, Dracofire. I resign out of anger. Alright, I'm not taking any challenges from people with unestablished accounts. So Cheesy Noob, with no further ado. I felt completely fine by last night, but I don't know, man. It could have been, I don't think they put artificial sweetener in non-alcoholic cider, but something like, I couldn't explain it. Maybe just sunstroke, or maybe something I ate, but I was like feeling completely better an hour later. So we recovered. Thanks everybody for playing in the Simul yesterday and for your continued support. Well, this cider was bad. It has a bad taste. It's a very popular trend here in Hungary and maybe all over Eastern Europe. I don't know. This like drinking cherry cider, but I don't like it. Now, apple cider vinegar. Yeah, that's like a cleaning thing. All right. 2200 plus. Mad Ramus 2200 plus. He's been known to get up to 2200. Yes. He's fast when he wants to be. And he's got the weird style. Honestly, I had a very tough time with Cheesy Noob before when I first started playing him. He has a strange style, and it took me a while to figure out how to play against him. He can be difficult to handle if you don't know what you're up against, Schieberspieler. That's what I take away from his rating. Once you really find his weaknesses, it's easy to zone in on. But I'll tell you, I had a hard time the first 5 to 10 games against him. So here it looks like he's dropping a pawn. Which way do we want to take this? Take on g4. It's like a Trompowsky reversed. He's basically sacking a pawn, but I've got to watch this H file. I don't care, man. It's a free pawn. You can't play the Trompowsky reversed with impunity. This idea exists in the Hodgson Trompowsky g3. I mean, that's the point. White does it with an extra tempo. But I stop it now with g3. He could have played g3. Maybe he should sacrifice that pawn. I think this is the most logical move too. Now he has some tricks with queen c6. So I was thinking maybe I return the favor here and give the material back. Bishop g2. If I play bishop d2, he has what? Queen c6. Bishop d2, queen c6. I don't really want to have to play f3. Okay, this is just a blitz game. Probably not best moves. Giving this pawn back really shouldn't have been necessary. I mean, I understand when you drink diet cola, it has NutraSweet or whatever. A lot of people get very bad headaches from that. I'm not sure about the chemical process, but I don't drink diet soda. But I know a lot of people who do. I've known people who are addicted to it, but it can cause extremely bad headaches. I was wondering if that drink I had maybe secretly has some sort of, NutraSweet or whatever. I just came on very quickly. That was weird, If it had been a sunstroke or something, I would have got it earlier in the day. And then it went away. It was almost like a chemical effect. Anyway, safe to say that's the last time I'm going to be drinking Dreyer 24 cider. Blame it on the drink. But I felt I was like sick and I was going to get worse because it came on very quickly. And then just as quickly as it started, it like stopped, which was weird. Queen takes d4. We can grab this pawn on b7, but the black pieces are starting to get active here. I was thinking about e3, maybe going after the g4 pawn. Then I can't castle. If I do castle, he's going to try to line up something on the h file. Of course, my king can hide on f1. But I really don't think I played this correctly. Giving that material back. I'm actually down a pawn now. But we're trying to be quick. I try to be a perfectionist too much. And you can't do that in 5+3 or any kind of blitz chess. You just have to be practical. It was your game that gave me a headache. Actually, Acerbate, I don't understand why you played that variation correct the first time and then you reverted back to the wrong way. How's your photographic memory doing? Yeah, I don't like this. Continuously playing stupid moves. I can't believe he's trading queens. I thought he would go for the mate on the H file. I'm feeling fine. You know, I don't know what it was. Something that I drank, I guess. That weird cider drink. I don't know. It came on very quickly and went away just as fast. But I rarely get headaches, and I was feeling like concerned. But we're better. Thanks, Jay Gomez. Now what do we got? Pawn grabbing. We're here for your pawns. Bishop is stronger than a knight. Cheesy Noob doesn't like... He doesn't like... Man, this move is irritating. Can't believe he did that. I can't believe he played rook d8 self-pin. It's unbelievable. He's literally doing the self-pin. You can't predict moves from this guy. Not many people would self-pin in that spot. I played this really badly. Objectively, this is a tough ending, but White has winning chances. But I don't think that anyone should be surprised that Cheesy Noob is 2200 in Blitz. He's pretty tough and tricky. Damn. I'm gonna lose this. What? Yeah, I mean, I'll take a draw here. I was lost. I like Bob Burrow. He'll be forced to trade the rook off, and then you win. Talk about oversimplifying something. That's a very interesting analysis. It is a draw position. But I'm sure that I was lost earlier. If only in games were that simple. Yeah, I think I was lost earlier. This is a draw now. I don't know about previously when he was down there. I thought I was lost. Wow. Computer says unknown. That makes two of us. But I did not play a great game. I mean, it was weird. It was a very strange battle. I let him have too much compensation. Then he was actually up material. But he's so fast. I've got no time to think on my time. All right, anyway, I put that into the analysis engine. Yeah, apparently he was just flat out winning at one point. Here. Yeah, of course he had king b2 and he didn't stop to think about it. But see, like, the critical moment was here. My rook is badly placed. I play rook c4. The point was b5, and I thought I'm winning a pawn. with rook c6 check, rook king f5, rook c5, and f4, but his king comes through e4 and activates. So I'm actually not winning in this position, and I have to be really careful. It's sort of sick. I mean, maybe I'm winning, but I don't know how exactly. I guess I had a mating net, probably. Maybe I can use my pawns to mate his king or something. I was just fixated on the stupid idea. Check. King f5. What's my win? h4. Yeah, I could have played e4 check too, just like driving his king further away. Well, first game of the day. Not real accurate. So if somebody wants to play, we're taking the subscribers first. 5 + 3. Casual. Zen chess, learning chess. Learning chess is playing other games, so I'm going to decline that. We're playing Zen chess. Zen chess, play like Kasparov, our subscribers. Actually, Jay Gomez is here. All right. Let's try in English. Prem666, Zen chess. Resubscribed yesterday. I'm not going to play simuls against anybody learning chess. So if you're playing like another streamer or something, I'm not going to accept your challenge. All right. I'm expecting this kind of variation. I like bishop g5. I mean, I've been playing, experimenting is the word I was looking for, not expecting. I've been experimenting with this kind of variation with h3, although I've only played it years ago in a handful of games. Astrobate, how many simuls are you playing now? It's a Benoni. He transposed to the Benoni. I don't know this really too well. Years ago there was a... Thanks, Mad Ramus, for the game. The Dutch fed my children for the last 20 years. That's like some Petrosian thing. Alright. King's Indian and Dutch. Well, like e takes is a line, but that's really like my bishop's not on the right square for an Averbach. Okay, I don't know this. I'm out of book. With the bishop on g5, we'll have to call in Grandmaster Mihai Marin from Romania, who did a survey on this years ago, which I studied long ago, but again, it's been a very long time. 20-year-old opening survey. Not fresh in the mind. But I do remember white statistically like has a good result. Now b5 in this position? I didn't know that was even a move. In this position? It's not knight f3, it's bishop g5. How can you do that? After knight b5, you're pinned. So that's crazy, some sort of knight b5, h6, or what? Well, I'm gonna have to see. I don't know. This is too much for me. What? Is this some sort of trick question, Prem? Too early in the morning for those kind of questions. Don't troll me like that. Come on, let's ask serious questions now. Alright, we're in the middle of a Blitz game. I'm going to try to concentrate. What is this? Some secret theory he knows? I am absolutely seeing this for the first time. What is this? I guess 92 makes sense. 92, a6, knight a3, queen takes b2, knight c4. I don't know. Dude, I don't know who. He's 1800 and he knows this like obscure variation. Man, 1800 on lichess. Well, he's 2000. What? Oh, you've got just knight c4. Alright, yeah. Sorry, man. You know more opening theory than I do. I guess I'm busted. What is this? So White's just lost. He sacks a pawn and plays queen b6. Dude, when was the last time you've seen anybody play bishop g5 and bishop d3, Prem? That's not like a Romanian grandmaster playing a game in 1999. I mean, this variation is very, very rare. This is not at all a common line. No, the b5 line is played in a different position. That's usually played on knight f3. You're thinking of that. I've never seen this in my life. It looks like White's like almost lost or something. I'm gonna have to sacrifice a pawn. So he's 1800 lichess and just like crushing me. Interesting. Must have a good memory of every variation. It's not easy to remember every variation, even if you have Chessable. It's like, oh yes, if you get Chessable, you're instantly like, you instantly know every variation of everything. I don't think that's how it works. There's only like endless thousands of variations you have to learn of different openings. How would you remember them all? Especially without like actual practice. And this is a Benoni, not a King's Indian. He's 1600 in bullet. I should just resign. Honestly. I'm just gonna resign. Like, check this out. What is this? So I got crushed by an 1800. What is this? This isn't even a move. No, it is. Okay. B5. It's been played in 3 games. It's like playing a grandmaster, and he's 1800 on lichess. It says just 3 games. But it's the number 2 move of Stockfish in this position. He's got 3 cent upon loss. I mean 3 inaccuracies, 24 CPL. It's the number 2 move of Stockfish. I've never seen it played. It definitely wasn't mentioned in Marin's stuff. Rook E8 is the normal move here. I mean, maybe he's just confusing it with this position and he got lucky. You know, knight f3, c5, d5, e6, bishop d3. I mean, everybody knows that this is like a normal move here. Dude, you keep advertising this guy's chessable course, but there's only 3 games played in this position in the history of chess. It's hard to believe that that's a recommendation from some chessable course. You know, in this exact position, with only 3 games played? Or is it just like, I mean, a coincidence? You thought b5 was played. No, I'd rather not advertise people's chessable courses on my stream, especially like other chess streamers and stuff. I just don't do that. Yeah, rook e8 is the better move here. But black basically played like a perfect game. Queen b6 now. This is also Stockfish. Number 1 move. So I'm basically playing against Stockfish. Knight e2 is a blunder, walking into Stockfish's next move, knight takes e4. Basically, I just played against Stockfish. All right. Yeah, it's a blunder. But it looks like objectively b5 is not that good. But White has to know what he's doing. Knight f3. I thought I could take the pawn. But it seems like a problem. Interesting. So who's a subscriber? I'm just not going to do the theory anymore. I'm not going to like lose to 1800 players who memorize opening theory. That's ridiculous. But I mean, that's a very rare variation, and you know the exact moves perfectly. I don't think I've ever played that line before on my stream with bishop g5 and in that position. There's no way you could predict I would play that line. Normally I play like knight f3. Maybe I've had it once. I don't know. Like a year ago or something. I don't remember. There's basically no way you could have prepared. You'd have to just know the moves. I've never played that line in a tournament game. As I said, I just saw an opening survey on it years ago. Am I only playing my subscribers? I try to stay away from unestablished accounts. But I will play other people. They just have to have 100 rated games. But you gotta wait, because there's like a million challenges. I don't know why there's so many. Last night I couldn't get enough players in my simul. Now there's like 8 million challenges. I don't know what's with Monday mornings. It's very busy here on Monday mornings. Oh, we're gonna hear about Chessable again or something. No, Adiban plays the B3 thing. Does he do Chessable? I think Hikaru is the one that really popularized B3. But I played E3 on move 1. But after the last game, I'm just like disgusted with opening theory. Like why should I like lose to people who are much lower rated based on memorizing opening theory? If it gets to that point, I'll just start playing Chess 960. But when people who are like 1800 on lichess know every variation of the main line of the King's Indian, it's time to start playing different stuff. You know, you can outplay people with whatever. But if you're walking into their memorized openings, you're making a big mistake. We've got an awesome center here. The Zen Chess is another guy who specializes in opening theory. So you're doing yourself a favor by getting him out of book. Man, I had a troll in the simul yesterday too. I'm just so sick of people misinterpreting everything I say, being rude. Just no call for it. No rated challenges. Everybody has to have at least 100 games. Only 5+3. Yeah, it's like impolite. Get over it. He's telling me to get over it. The guy just cheated. First of all, I didn't say he cheated. I said it's unbelievable that an 1800 can play like that. That's not what I said. You know, he's played multiple games against me. I don't think he's cheating, but I'm saying it's unbelievable, and I'm gonna stop playing theory. First of all, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. Secondly, you're rude. You know, I don't have to babysit these people. It's ridiculous. If they're rude, they're banned. It's over. I don't have to be tolerant. It's the anonymous people. The guy last night, same thing. He probably thinks he did nothing wrong. I mean, the guy last night. Zen chess, you're tough, man. Knight takes. What did I expect? I had an exchange sack there with rook takes c6. It didn't even enter my mind. I mean, this is a really interesting possibility. Yeah, I don't like getting crushed by people who are 1800. But in this case, it's a player I've played before. His stupid knight f4 move to come in. Otherwise, I'm winning here with e4, e5. So what is this, like some kind of microscopic advantage for white? It's not much, is what it is. It's just not enough. It's a freaking draw. Zen chess is really strong. He's 23-37 and going up. But you allowed e4. That's a surprise. I thought you would prevent that. Look at this move. He just calmly leaves f6. Weak, and there's nothing I can do. But don't be fooled. He's extremely fast and specializes in increment speed. It's unbelievable. Now I'm like worse. What the heck? Have you been up all night, Zen chess? I feel like I'm at a distinct disadvantage. I just like ruined my whole position. Been up for 5 hours or so. What? It's like 4 o'clock in the morning and you've been up for 5 hours or so? Alright, I give up. This is ridiculous. I just hung my queen. I just hung my queen and you didn't see it. This is horrible, man. We should just like quit playing chess. It's a joke. I'm playing so bad. I just hate Blitz. I started to just hate it. I guess. Mr. Big is like, could you play Mr. Big 1414? It would make his night. He is my 100. He is my husband. He is rate 1900. Wouldn't he be Mr. Big, Mr. Big? Now I'm gonna lose like the game with cheesing. This was embarrassingly bad by both of us. Now what am I gonna do? Like lose another ending where I'm fine? Maybe my only chance is to beat Zenchess in an ending. Still not much of a chance. If he's your husband, I'll play him first. I don't know you, but alright. No, I'm just kidding. I just take the challenges as I get them. I can't take Mr. Big's challenge first because he's your husband. He's a kid. That's my job. Alright, what am I doing? What are you doing? You got a check there. Rook f4. He's in the square? No. Damn, dude. This is a total mess. It's like that other game. Maybe worse. I don't think I won a single game today. I just can't win. Are you playing for a win here? Is that what you're doing? Wait, you're trying to win? Because you wouldn't take a repetition? I'm just trying to understand what exactly you're doing. I get it. So this is this like weird perverse attempt to win. Like, I offered you a draw by repetition like 20 moves ago. Basically, I should play king b6 there. The only point for his play, like the last 15 moves, was that he was playing for a win. It seemed like. Then it's like, then he just wants to draw. Why did you play like that? Why didn't you take a repetition before? Like, I wasn't winning the whole endgame since you got your king active. You can see it's like, it's ridiculous. It's been a draw since like move 37. But Zen Chess is like, but I mean, how can you win when I can always just like sack my rook and I have 3 pawns? You know, the only way I mean you would win would be like I would have to like let you queen without being able to sack my rook for it or something. All I need is like 1 pawn and my king down the board. I thought it was kind of irrational, you know. I mean, you should take the first draw you get there. I mean, you're really lucky. Although you were better at some point, of course, when I hung my queen. Man, everybody is good. 25 CPL. It's unbelievable we have 24 and 25 CPL for that game where I'm hanging a queen. What? How can I have a 25 CPL and I hung my queen? Can someone explain that to me? I think that needs to be retooled. Seriously. Sorry, I can't play rated games. Especially not in my condition. VIPs go first. I was joking. Mr. Big, you're challenging me to rate it. Alright, that's against the rules. I'm never going to accept that challenge. And certainly not in front of everyone else. It was a joke. No, I'm not going to accept you because you're pretending to be your wife. Alright, I'm not going to take your challenge in front of everyone else. I was just kidding. I mean, we've got to just take the challenges in the order I get them, or if people are subscribers. But I'm certainly not going to take rated challenges when I can't beat an 1800 on an average game. Monday mornings is my worst nightmare. It's like my punching bag stream. I'm like slow. I don't know where I am. I try to come up with new ideas against this guy. We've played 375 games. But I can't win a game against anybody today. There's nothing, I mean, I looked at this last time, we had the same game. There's nothing I can do to improve White's play. I played an unusual move, Queen C2, in the opening last time. It doesn't have a lot of independent significance. I don't want to castle kingside. I try to be different, you know, in this. A5. This is the game we had last time. I've tried everything. I played bishop d2, bishop c3. We've played like 4 different variations against Budapest. He's a Budapest expert. Why is it called the Budapest? Because who played it in Budapest? No one in Budapest plays the Budapest. Alright, I'm going to tell you guys that first off. The only person in Budapest that plays the Budapest Gambit is this IM named Abarth Khan. There's like 1 player in Hungary that plays the Budapest Gambit. It's misnamed. We actually don't play the Budapest Gambit in Budapest. Hungarian chess players are pretty correct. They wouldn't be caught dead playing this crap. They're a correct bunch that have been well trained. So if you have any fantasies that Hungarians play the Budapest Gambit, I'm sorry to break the bad news. Well, is it true that Aliakin never played? No, I don't think that's true. Chess Weird Openings. It's not true. He did play it. He was insulted when Uwe played it against him. He claimed it was his opening or something. Although he's not famous for playing it, and I don't think he played it a lot. We need more investigation on that. There needs to be more. Maybe Asterbait, you'd like to investigate how often Aliakin actually played Aliakin's defense. But Max Uwe in their first World Championship match played the Aliakin's defense against Aliakin in like the next to last game of their match in 1935. And Aliakin actually commented that he was shocked or something that Uwe would play quote unquote his own opening against him. But your point, in my mind, what are you doing? Is that he didn't play it much, and certainly not, like in important games. Maybe he played it in Skittles or casual games or exhibition matches and stuff. But he knew that it wasn't really, but I think we need more historical investigation on that. That's interesting. To find out the real truth. How often did Aliakin actually play the Aliakin's defense? Maybe I'll get a win today. Another one is like the Blumenfeld Gambit, which I did a video series on. You can't find a single game where Blumenfeld played the Blumenfeld Gambit in any sort of reference whatsoever. It's nice to know. Maybe I'll castle kingside. We gotta win. Thanks, Ross. My self-confidence was at an all-time low. Alright, I am taking the subscribers first. I canceled a bunch of games, rated ones, people less than 100 games, people being rude. Bang. But Blumenfeld, evidence of Blumenfeld playing the Blumenfeld Gambit. Actually, Aliakin stole that from Blumenfeld. Probably it's going to be hard to research this stuff. But I bet you could find some kind of ancient Russian chess literature to back this kind of stuff up. But you'd need like a specialist researcher. I'm sure the Russians have documented a lot of chess history that isn't published, in international literature. Old magazines that have never been copied and stuff. The opening is named after Alexander Aliakin, who introduced it in 1927 Budapest tournament. Oh, the Budapest Gambit. Aliakin strikes again. What am I playing here? The Queen's Indian? Yeah, you gotta be solid against this guy. You don't want to give him like a space advantage. Or a chance to like sacrifice material for the initiative or something. Play Kasparov is really strong tactically and with attacking positions. What is that? Knight h4? Is that a thing? Seriously? In this position, it's not a gambit, man. Can you do that? Wow. I mean, I understand you do knight h4 in the gambit you wanted to play, but you can't just like do that in any position. I knew that you wanted to do that gambit, so I'm not going to let you. I'm using the psychic network against you. So c5. How should I develop here? Yeah. No, he made that comment against it. I don't really know Alyakin's games. Like, it's funny, if you look in his games collections, you're not going to find any famous games, really. I know most of his famous games. You know, he wasn't beating world-class players with Alyakin's defense. Truthfully. I couldn't reference a game he played it that I can think of. In his games collections, he didn't cherish any games I remember where he actually played it. I just don't remember any. But I mean, it's just not a good opening. You know, he knew that, obviously. It's fine when you're playing simuls against beginners or something. But try to play the Alyakin against top-notch, world-class players. Antonio, try playing my games today. Thank you for letting me win one. I feel better. A little bit. So you brought some happiness to someone today. You played 19 seconds the whole game. Right? Interesting. A wing gambit. Very strange play by White in this game. I don't normally do this, but knight h4 looks very strange. I don't think we'll find any other examples of knight h4 being played, although it's possible. It is not a normal move here. I mean, I've always played like either bishop f4 or knight e5. Pretty much that's it. Those are your options. Last time I think I had him beat and he swindled me in that King's Indian. Guys, I'm streaming till 1:15 today, so we got about a little more than an hour to beat me up. I'm always freshest on Monday mornings. Awful today. Yeah, that's an original idea. Chess weird openings. It's a wing gambit against Alyakin. Alright, what are we doing? He played gigantic conceptions, full of outrageous, unprecedented ideas, great imagination. So Bobby liked Alyakin. I always liked Alyakin. My first great tournament result, I had a book of Alyakin's games under my score sheet for good luck, and it worked. I think one of those classic books, collections of his games. I don't remember which one. This like big green Dover. I was inspired, and I had my first great breakthrough tournament. Well, one of them. I find his play, very inspiring. So play like Kasparov with the piece moves only. He doesn't do pawns. That's indicative of something. Play like Kasparov is kind of a mystery here. Like many players on the stream, an iconic mystery. I would label him as a tactical player, yet he's like very carefully not making any pawn moves, which is kind of weird in a way. Normally, positional players tend to make more pawn moves or be more comfortable with it. Tactical players are reckless with the pawns, and play like Kasparov is an animal all his own. He's very careful and responsible with his pawns, but I feel like mostly excellent in tactics. And he has his opening ideas, which I tried to avoid here. He wanted to play this d5 pawn sacrifice because you follow the lichess or whatever. If I play the classic variation like castles, he's gonna go d5, and that's what it's all based on. He likes to sacrifice pawns. So what would Capablanca do? What would Capablanca do? I think I should play knight e4. Equalizing. Whoa. So I just criticized him for not being able to make pawn moves, and he busts the h4 on me? Is that like a reaction to my comment? But the fact that you don't make pawn moves? It's kind of funny. Yeah, I make pawn moves. h4. What do you mean I don't move my pawns? As he makes like the most reckless pawn move ever. Weird. Very bizarre situation at hand. That's crazy. That's really weird, man. I don't even want to begin to describe the variation I could have played there. But I assume he had already calculated all that. There was like a knight takes f2, queen d4 move. Which didn't work for me because of the obvious problems with queen d4. Strange game. I'm just gonna lose on time now. Very strange. I don't know what to do. There. Wow. Speaking of Capablanca, what is happening here? Unclear. He can also like instantly move. And he's like a genius endgame player. Weird. Wow, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Something crazy about this game. He's gone into total bullet mode. I mean, White was alright the whole game until the last couple moves when he went into Berserk bullet mode. It's something about your endgame. It's about your time management. Your endgame is quite interesting. There's nothing wrong with your endgame. You played very logically until you started freaking out because of the time pressure. That has nothing to do with understanding of endgame or skill. Interesting game. Very weird though. I wanted to see if Knight H4 has ever been played. One game. Only one game. Out of 500, 600. C95, bishop f4. Queen c2. Okay. It's definitely a mistake, but like only a minor mistake. Played by a decent player. Alright. No, rudeness is like going to someone's stream and demanding that you play first ahead of all the other people in the line. That's pretty normal. That's normal. Absolutely. Alright. Yeah, I've got to keep the window closed because it rains every day, Govan Kurt. Sorry about that. I'm sure you missed the ambulance, but every time I open the window, it starts raining like 5 minutes later. In the last 2 days, I've opened and closed the windows like 30 times because every time I open the window, it starts raining. It's crazy. Now we miss the ambulance sounds. It's such a bummer. But I got a good fill of ambulance sounds yesterday when I went out for like a 5-mile walk. Is it all of European Union that has loud ambulances? Or is it just something specific here to Hungary? Dude, they like blare the ambulance sirens. It's on a Sunday. Like super, super loud. Like deafening you. I realize that Hungarian drivers are kind of wild, but is that really necessary? So Berlin is similar? You think it would be like noise pollution? There's got to be a limit in the West. You know, we have a lot of stupid laws about everything. In the United States, there's probably some sort of law about how loud ambulance sirens can be. You could take them to court for like hurting your hearing. But it doesn't matter if there's like anybody on the street, they have the same loudness, if there's traffic or no traffic. Yeah, I miss it. I really miss him. What's up, everybody? Good to see Guv and Kurt. I'm gonna try d4. This is an interesting setup. I call it the coffee driver attack. Very popular. I just don't think American ambulances are as loud as the European ones. It must be, you know, they don't want to get liability for deafening people. But yeah, I've got the window closed. We've had a very rainy period here in Budapest the last couple of weeks. I guess that's global warming. There's like lots of extra water from all the icebergs that are melting. But Lachlan SD is playing a little too quickly, feels like. Got a monster bishop on c6. But that's one of our old jokes on the stream. I even have an ambulance emote. I mean, not emote, but a sub badge. It is weird, though, the silence here without the ambulances. Ambulances, church bells, lawnmowers are my American pet peeve. That's a thing of the past. No longer do I own property in the United States, so we don't have to live through the sound of the neighbors' lawnmowers, which drove me crazy. Chess players are sensitive to noises, and that's not my fault. I mean, I was raised to play chess tournaments in silence, you know, in tournament halls. I came to get used to having absolute silence when I play serious chess. And once you're used to that, it's like you come to expect it. I need to like train like Tal with the smoke. Ambulance noises going off all around. You know, it's funny, I was thinking about this. He's a really aggressive dude with this in-between move. But objectively, quite a different player from my last opponent, who was really, really careful about pawn moves. Lachlan SD is the opposite. He's very reckless with his pawn moves. He's destroyed his pawn structure. No pawn over here. These are double isolated. This pawn is somewhat exposed. This pawn is somewhat exposed. Ops color bishops are very important here. But black's up too much material. I mean, 2 pawns up. It should be decisive. What do you guys think about Osaka refusing to do media interviews at the French Open? What if Magnus refused to speak to the media after his matches? First of all, it seems sort of stupid. It's like biting the hand that feeds you. I think Naomi Osaka is kind of ignorant. You agree? Yeah, but I mean, who does she think is like paying for her? You know what I mean? I mean, I realize it can be annoying, but that's where the money is coming from that sponsors her and these chess and these in this case tennis tournaments. You know, who cares? Well, apparently a lot of people care. The people with the money like sponsoring the tournaments. Yeah, I mean, I understand your viewpoint. I'm not a money person. But you assume that she would be. I get it, but at the same time, I'm thinking like she's gonna have to give in to the corporate hungry money people. Tennis is massive money. Like 50 times chess amount of money in tennis. The other thing is, if you sign a contract and you promise you're going to do something, you have to. You'd be like, well, I don't feel like doing it today. But you signed a contract. Then don't sign the contract. Don't agree to play on those terms. You know? Then in the middle of the tournament, you renege on the conditions. That you agreed to. That's kind of messed up. Like, you like all the money that you're getting, but you won't agree to the conditions that you agreed to. Big money in chess. Poker, not really. Poker, you're just like playing for each other's money. It's not like a sponsorship thing. Yeah, the betting is true. Big money in betting. But not just. Advertising makes a huge amount of money in sport. It's mostly from advertising. Alright, it's time to give up. Please. I still can't checkmate him. Finally. Stalemate, almost. That's the problem. Alright, what do we got? Time for a few more games. Fearless Chess. Whoa. What's this guy? He's already playing a game. I don't like this. 2482 in bullet? What is that? He's playing another game right now. Alright, whatever. Where did my challenges go? Can we get someone under 2400? Yeah, let me know when you're done your simul. The Republican. No, there's no rated challenges. Rated with an unrated player? Seriously? Lazilla. Alright, this looks good. Man, what happened? I lost you? That guy's playing another game and he's challenged me at the same time. Are you serious? It's got to be a joke. Can I stop this, please? Alright. I'm taking challenges 5+3. No one playing simuls, please. I just want to play one-on-one. It's really weird. We had like 15 challenges at one point, and now there's 0. Damn, why is this game taking like 3 hours to analyze? I like how the troll who insulted me, like, just challenged me. Why would you insult me and then challenge me? Dude, what is this guy's problem? Seriously? You come to my stream, you like talk back and insult me, and then you repeatedly challenge me? You're serious, right? Then I'm gonna help you by playing chess with you. Absolutely. Definitely. This was the game I played a few minutes ago. There was an amazing moment in this game. Check it out. Now knight f6, I'm threatening to play knight takes f2 check. Knight takes f2 in this position. And he plays this. And now what do? I literally saw knight f2. But after queen d4, I didn't see a move. That was great. Because he's on this, and he's on my knight at the same time. So he lost his f2 pawn. So what? It's kind of dangerous to let the guy have like a passed pawn on the 6th rank. On like b6 or something. And he still has 3 pawns around his king. I mean, I saw it, but what do I do now? You know? I have no time to recapture on c5. And I can do something crazy like here. Then he just like takes his pawn, and where's my next threat? Like, maybe I'm winning some crazy rook here. I don't know. I have to drive his queen away from this brutal square on d4, and there's like no way to attack it. That's insane. So it was like d takes c5 dubious, e3 was best. Knight takes f2 was best. So what do I do after queen d4? Knight on 6g4, cb6. Is that the line? Like, I had no idea. I have like limited time here. He allows knight takes f2. It's insane. And black is only a tiny bit better after knight takes f2. I don't understand. Why are you guys challenging me to rated? Right at the bottom of my stream, it says 5+3 casual blitz. And I'm getting rated 5+3. Rated 5+3. And then 3-0 casual. Reading comprehension was not a strong point in their SATs. Thank you. Alright, we got 5+3 casual. The way I play chess, I can't afford to give my rating points away. I'm already low enough. We can't go under 2300. Oh, I dropped a pawn. Justin Sarkar. Justin Sarkar took this pawn against me. It's the last pawn he ever took. So this is interesting. You know, I don't play that line with g6. This is a bad move by white, though. Why trade knights on d5? That's a classic mistake. leaving my queen on a really good square. You have a perfectly good position there. Just knight f3 or d4. But this exchange of knights is totally the wrong idea. So I want to play bishop g4, I guess. I'm having second thoughts about it. I was mostly concerned about bishop c4. Well, like a lot of people, we have a typical guy here who's probably talented, but he's playing too fast. Slow down, play real chess. Take your time. Learn to play like 5-0, 10-0, 15, 30-minute games, and you'll see your rating strength will improve like 500 points. But if you're going to play like just random moves like this, like it's a bullet game, you're not going to get better. He's just playing too fast. There's not, you're not going to be able to take the time with you when you die, you know, when your position is lost. That time isn't going to matter anymore in a completely lost position. You have 4 minutes and 43 seconds. When you resign, you're going to have like 4 minutes, but it doesn't matter. %80 of the people I win against are losing because of their time management. Yes, sometimes I lose on time, I get in time pressure, but the vast majority of cases are people very poorly managing their time. You got to use your time. It's a resource. You're not just trying to stay ahead on the clock. Don't be afraid to have less time than the other player. You got to use the time you have. Too much bullet is hurting people's chess. I get it. It's fun. You know, it's like adrenaline rush. No, I didn't watch European hybrids, but I'm kind of interested in checking out some of the games from that. One of our Hungarian players, Kozak Adam, who I played in October in a tournament here, qualified. And yesterday I was talking to our friend from Romania, Grandmaster Vita Levente, and he was mentioning how 2 of the Romanians qualified. But I'd like to check out some of the games, maybe. I haven't seen anything. I don't know how Kozak qualified. But he's funny because he's a really, really good online player. He's like stronger, especially stronger online than he is. He's good over the board, but he's even stronger in online chess. So it was kind of funny that the Kozak qualified. He's like an online specialist. So look at this guy. He's 1500. He played tons of bad moves, and he still got a decent position and hanging on at move 24 with 1 pawn down, 2 pawns down, and an ending. Imagine if he had taken his time. He just blundered a piece. Take his time and he'd be like 1800. It's easy to do. Bullet is destroying chess as we know it. I refuse to play bullet. It's like chess porn. It's pornographic. It's horrible. It's just cheap and disgusting. I refuse to degenerate myself to the level of playing bullet. If we can't think and you're just reacting, you're not playing chess now. It's something else. Chess is meant to be a thinking game. Lecture for today, like the lecture for last week, is over. So the scary thing is, he's going to have more time than me at the end of the game. You know, there's something wrong there when you have like a totally lost position and you have more time than your opponent. Why don't you give me time odds? Like 5-1 or something. That makes sense, right? You're playing a higher rated player and you're giving him 5-1 time odds. That's effectively what White did in this game. Thank you for wasting my time. Next game. He gave me more time till I had 9 minutes left, and then he's gonna like sit out. I'm sorry for you, I really am. I feel sorry for you. You get an opportunity to learn and you just like make a joke out of it. I don't have a lot of optimism for the youth here. Is Sean Elias Pinto here? I'm going to give him 30 seconds. But I know this other player challenged me. It seemed like the other player challenged me first. So I don't know how Sean Elias Pinto got ahead of them. And we've got a couple challenges from people we know. I'm just going to abort this game. So we've got a challenge from Sumaher, who's a subscriber. I don't know about Draco Fire. But guys, we have about 35 minutes left. So I can't mess around waiting for people to show up. I'm in a bad humor on Mondays. I don't know. God, I hate Monday. I'm like Garfield. Dude. I get it. No, this is the other extreme. What's Sumaher thinking about here? I'm telling people not to play Bullet, but it's a 5-minute Blitz game. Is he disconnected? He's a fast player, actually. This is considered inaccurate. You're supposed to play h6 first. You're actually supposed to castle and play h6 first. You could have had a free h6, and you declined it. It's sort of weird to say welcome to Judas. Judas Priest. Alright. Welcome, Satan. Judas got a bad rap. Knight c3. No, I mean, he could have the h6 move for free. Right. I wasn't there. I am old, but not that old. So I can't say firsthand. Alright, so Sumaher is playing the black side of a Lasker. Pre-castle, pre-h6. Inaccurate Lasker defense. I did this once against a friend of mine and lost the tempo because white has like bishop d3, queen c2, attacking h7. Against my friend the Weed Master, we had a game 25 years ago. Where I did the same thing as Sumaher basically with castling in. I ended up having to play h6. Probably this exact position is me versus Weedmaster versus me. So h6 will be like a lost tempo. He decided to do g6 instead, which weakens his kingside in a different way. It's also a tempo. So the temptation is to play like h4 here, but I don't think that's sound. So it's not so easy. And maybe like bishop g4 is a thing. So what do I do? Queen b3, attacking his pawn. This seems sort of artificial. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what to play. I don't like castling into the pin with bishop g4. h4 seems sort of lame. I mean, I guess I could play like knight e5, but he just trades it off with knight d7. So it's kind of problematic position. Maybe instead of, I don't know, queen b3, rook b1, some sort of move, like a neutral move. Maybe rather than queen b3, just rook b1 is more useful, let's say. Anyway, but now I'm going to play knight e5. I mean, it's a tempo. Sort of. Not the most useful tempo, maybe. He can kick me out later with f6. Bishop back to c8. So what do I do? Queen a3, castles kingside. I guess castling kingside is a normal thing to do, but it looks like I'm going to get repulsed by f6, and then I have to retreat back. Guys, who's going to be the first gift subber? First donator of bits for this week. We will see. Appreciate your support yesterday on Sunday. Usually a good day. Back to g4. Now we've got e4, c4. Chess slacks. Yeah, the running suits that are popular with the former Soviet crew. The track suits. I was never into that. Early Satovsky. Satovsky in a tracksuit. I remember that. I've been around for a while. I always thought it was cheap and awful. So what am I doing here? Maybe c4 break. I mean, structurally this is better. But you're not playing in tournaments with pajamas. You play at home. That's different. Yeah, if you had like Yasser playing Satovsky, you'd have like Yasser in a suit and the young Satovsky playing in a tracksuit. I'm thinking like 1989, before the wall. There was I remember some US tournament where this huge contingent of Soviet or like Russian young players came to play in a tournament in the US, and they all had the tracksuits on. It was awful. You compare that to compare and contrast that to Yasser Seirawan, who'd always wear a suit, making the game a little more respectable. I agree. Let's let chess be a little more respectable. How's my knight now? How you like me now? Red Bull. Man, he's not trading queens here, but blocking his own bishop. Oh, he dropped the rook. Yeah, I forgot that was the reason why I played queen a3. Yeah, but this position is not necessarily lost for black. You know, he's still hanging on there. +2. Queen a3. Ouch. +3. Maybe it is lost. Better than I thought. Okay, I don't take that. Lex and Lily's mama. 1843. 254 games. That's good enough for me. This player challenged me before, actually. I just took some of the subscriber challenges first. Simul has finished. I don't want to know. Unless it's my Simul, I'm not interested. I'm biased to myself. I like my Simuls, personally. Man, this player is fast. Here we go again. The Fast and the Furious. Bullet? 9 games. Rapid 38, but Blitz 254. A lot of people play 3-0, and they can't adjust to 5+3. I don't think 3-0 should be considered Blitz, honestly. If it was my, if it was my decision, we would consider 3-0 to be Bullet in my world. It's glorified Bullet. Now, sometimes we have this knight takes e4 tactic, but it almost never works. Stick around, we'll raid Schieberspieler. Yeah, I did say I would do that, didn't I? Tranquilizer streaming in the mornings. What is he doing? Knight takes e4. Knight takes c3. Knight takes e4, knight takes e4. Bishop takes g5. Yeah, this isn't that great. Yeah, I promised Schieberspieler I would raid his stream. I didn't know that Vide Levente is going to start streaming in the mornings. He said he streams at night, I thought. So I'm confused. I guess he just streams whenever. I can't do that. I have to have a schedule. But I don't understand why Levente's not back to playing in tournaments. But actually, you know what's weird? How few tournaments there are here too, in the US. I mean, in Hungary. I would think live tournaments would be back, but there's almost been none. Surprisingly. So how am I supposed to play this position? Establishing my pawns on the dark squares? This is kind of a risky move. Yeah, I mean, I would think here we're down to like 5 COVID deaths, and all the restrictions have been lifted, and there's still almost no tournaments. I haven't seen one um, on chess results, one FIDE rated tournament go through. Although I think there's one coming up, but I looked at the list and there was like nobody in the tournament who was like over 30 years old. Dude, that's like my nightmare, man. These tournaments like where you play like 10 little kids. I won't play, man. Um oh, cheese mate, in the US there's good to see you by the way. There was a tournament in Washington DC, I guess this weekend. But I noticed like the list, man, it's like if you play in that, they're just like grandmasters and little kids. It's like a nightmare. I I am not going to do that ever. You know, I'm not going to like destroy myself by playing like 9 little kids anymore. Oh, that's the one you're playing? But I mean, of course, like with COVID, like none of the old people are going to play. It's going to be either like professionals or like 1,009-year-old kids. You know what I thought about having like organizing? Would it be against the would it be discrimination to have like adults only chess tournaments? Seriously, I don't want to play little kids. Nothing, against them, but you're constantly playing people who are like underrated. Like, why do I want to play people who are constantly underrated? I want to play old people. Why don't we have adult tournaments and where little kids are like banned from playing? All I do is like watch these people like losing all their rating points to little kids who are 300 rating points underrated. It's crazy. Nothing against the kids, but I don't really want to give away all my rating points to people that are underrated. It's really not my liability. I don't have to do that. There's no adults playing chess tournaments anymore. When I started playing chess in the 80s and 90s, there were tons of adults. And it was a mix of like old people, middle-aged people, and kids. And now it's just like there's only little kids if you go to tournaments, especially the American ones. It's bad here too. But in the US, it's like game over, man. You're going to play. I felt sorry for the people that are like my age that are playing in tournaments. You're going to play like 9 little kids or something. It's ridiculous. But I think the US Chess Federation is to blame. All they've done is like milked and milked and milked the scholastic scene for money and support, but they've given nothing back to adults over the years. They've done nothing to maintain their like adult membership. It's really like a tragedy. So many chess players in the United States who have dropped out of chess that could come back if they would encourage them. But all they do is like encourage kids and no adults. So it's gotten to the point where like you go to a normal chess tournament and you feel like you're at like the World Scholastic Championship or something. It's nice, but I don't want to hang out with like hundreds of 9-year-old kids if I'm not there to like be a trainer or something. Man, I mean, white is 1843. Wow. They're hanging in this endgame here. Pretty solid. And fast too. Lex and Lily's mama. I don't know. $18.43. Is my queen trapped yet? White has better development. Sacked a pawn. Immediately on my pawns. That is disturbing. Thank God it's not like a rated game. Speaking of rated games, prizes are like Game Boy Advance. No, normal prizes, but There's a lot of money in Scholastic chess. That's why it's been so popular. A lot of people chasing that money from mommy and daddy. I don't do that. I don't specialize in teaching kids. Though a lot of people do. I don't like their parents. All right. I hate chess parents. They're like pushy and obnoxious, and they think they know everything about chess, even though they don't. They're like telling you. All right, man. We've got time for one more game. The only way I'll teach a kid if like their parents are my personal friend or something. I'm teaching one kid, but his dad is like a personal friend of mine. I just can't stand chess parents. Or any kind of pushy sports parents. That's the worst. Man, white is decent. 1843 provisional. 2 pawns down and an ending, but I mean, man, something very fundamentally solid there. I was afraid to take the pawn on a3, but I probably should have taken it. I'm trying to be cautious here. Now I can really take it. You never know. No threat whatsoever involved with this move. Yeah, should I have taken it last move? Perhaps. Sean Pinto, you weren't there when I took your challenge. So we got a queen ending? Winning queen ending. But I'm not sure we're playing Mama here, or maybe we're playing the kids. I gotta get these pawns down. Got something here. Oops. All right, last challenge. Cheese mate. I'm gonna have to take the cheese mate. I'm like complaining how I hate chess parents. And this is somebody's mama. All right. Stalemate. No resigning. That would take the fun out of it. Somehow I don't think this is Mama playing. Just have a feeling. Mama would resign by now. Alright. Next game. The cheese mate. Last game for today, guys. The ever tough cheese mate. Whatever, win, loss, or draw, I'm out of here. Thanks Thanks everyone for supporting the stream. Don't forget to subscribe. Oh, you called my bluff. What am I going to do? You played e4? I'm playing the French. Dude, I didn't even play the French, cheesemate. I thought you played d4. What are you doing? At least this is like a little more like a Sicilian. Oh! I can't believe you played that. This is it, man. He gave me a take back. I never pre-move, but it's like the last game, and I guess I was kind of impatient. I'm sorry. But nobody plays that. Like, knight takes d4 is normally played in this move order. Thank you for the take back. I mean, most people would play ED right away. What's the point? He's trying to force some kind of bishop c4 type line. He tricked me into this. Peter Thiel is not loved or needed, Asterbate. We don't need people like Peter Thiel. Definitely the world could do without him. In my humble opinion. Queen b4 check? What's that? Draw? We could do without Elon Musk too. Damn, is this a real variation? Or we're just making this up? Rawr. Queen b4 check. I don't know what I'm doing. The significance of Peter Thiel is the fact that he's like a chess player. He actually was like a 2200 or something. Alright, I get it. I get it. There are better sponsors out there. Probably better people than him. So we're back. I think the cheesemate and I both basically don't know what we're doing. I know I don't know what I'm doing. I really shouldn't speak on behalf of my opponent. Spieler Schieber is back. So I had a similar game with Yevgeny yesterday. Where I was white, actually. Yevgeny did queen d7, which I know, in the slime. And then he played queen c7 from d7. Now you could play queen c7 from queen d6. So I was like, that's weird. What's the significance of playing queen d7 if you're going to play queen c7 anyway? Is it just me, or does that seem strange? So we've got the classic sort of endgame style position here. Do I avoid this exchange of queens? No. We can't now. And if knight b5 is a threat, is knight b5 a threat though? That's kind of a good question. Is knight b5 an actual threat? I guess it is. You're back, not authorized on your chat. Uh-oh. Schieber, did you ban Cheesy Noob? You chat ban Cheesy Noob? It's probably lost in translation. Authorized. He's not allowed in chat? I'm just kidding. We had the joke about cranes yesterday. So sometimes your phrases come off funny. But it's cute. I like it. I like it. I like how Cheesy Noob speaks English. French people don't usually take kindly to having to speak English. So b5 can get broken. I guess I'm castling queenside. This is my very limited French defense capability here. But I've played a couple of Frenches in the last few days. It's like my third one or something. Yesterday against Mr. Coffee in my simul, when I got my headache and I started to feel awful, we agreed to a draw. I thought I was slightly better. Mr. Coffee played a bad line of the Milner Barry. Yeah, Mad Ramus, like, ask me to write in Hungarian. Forget about it. It would be hopeless. I can speak some Hungarian, but it's zero. If you ask me to write something, forget about it. I try to send text messages to my friends in Hungarian, and it's like a joke. It's so embarrassing. I have to have other people send my text messages for me. So, time is almost up here. It seemed like Cheesemate misplayed the opening, but he's like fine now. Maybe he's even better. If I castle kingside, he has these stupid threats of knight f5. This way I can bring my rook over here. Ay, 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 caramba. Knight b3. He's threatening knight a5, which is naughty. That's not very friendly. Bobby Fischer, Royal Lepez Exchange variation. Knight a5. That was my one fear in this type of structure. Alright guys, we're going to raid the Schieberspieler, I guess. I have two VIPs who are streaming at the same time. Tranquilizer and Schieberspieler. What's with you guys? Everybody, all of my VIPs are streaming at the same time. If I made Cheesemate a VIP, he'd probably start streaming. Knight a5. But I promised Schieberspieler. So what's my plan here? Knight d5? Bishop d5? Bishop d5, bishop e4, bishop e2. Where do you want to go? Man. Honestly, I don't know. We can't just sit here and do nothing. I can't drop a pawn. Bishop e4. An empty vessel. I don't know Cheesemate that well. We've only played 5 games. But my move. I was concerned about what, like f3? Drinking mochas. Guy's tourney tomorrow. That's correct. Guy's tourney. Only for guys. Guys, comma, grammar Nazi. What am I going to do? Bishop c7. This week is Blitz. What to do? Maybe I'm worse? Equal? Better? Lost? I don't know. I have no idea. I guess it's a draw. Asparov. It reminds me of asparagus. Acerbate. It's all how you pronounce it. Man, I lost this game the other day to a computer in an equal endgame. The guy just busted the engine on me. I was so pissed. He took his time during the game, and then when he had the endgame stage up, it was like instantaneous moves. He played perfectly. Let's put some more pawns in the wrong color. Everything is a draw. We shall raid Schieberspieler. That was the deal. I mean, objectively, a draw is a draw. Wow, F4 check. This reminded me of that ending I lost. Wow, that's really disturbing. Why did I play there? I guess I had no choice. It's a draw. Is it a draw? It's a draw. Is it a draw? It's a draw. Is it a draw? I told you it's a draw. Probably. He's got good winning chances, objectively. Can he lose this? No. Everything's a draw. I think I was worse for like a momentary second. Was I ever winning? No. Was I lost? Maybe. Yeah, see? I was winning? What? What? I was almost lost here after f4 check. It looks like. And then I was winning? Wait, what? I was winning for a move. Oh, because I had this in-between move. I had an in-between move with a check, which I just didn't even consider. Check on f5. Trade the bishops, take the pawn. I'm up a pawn in the king and pawn game. Yeah, that's a stupid mistake. He was trying to win, though. He actually has. Looks like a win. Or close to it. Anyway, guys, I'm late. I gotta go. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We're gonna raid the Schieber-Spieler. It is late. I just realized my alarm didn't go off. Failure to alarm set. Later, guys. Thanks for watching.